I thought we did a pretty good job. Obviously the blue paint battles we lost. I'm sure JF would like to have one of them back to hit him, but we didn't give him any help in front, and they buried. They won those battles, and that was probably the biggest difference in the game. We took shots on net there from the perimeter, and then we didn't collect any rebounds. I can't remember a guy having a rebound chance. Kind of one and done all night long. But I saw some improvements in the team, and we get 4 good practices before we head off on a road trip, so I'm looking forward to the week of practice.
I was going to say, didn't you think the effort was better tonight?
Yeah, that was better. I still think that we're coming down on the short end of some of those one-on-one battles or foot races. It just seems like we're hesitating on plays that we wouldn't normally. There's some new guys playing in a new type of system. I thought we got to our game a little bit at the end of the second and at the end of the third, but it's not enough in a league like this.
Is there a different style of play in this conference than in the Western Conference, or not?
No, I really haven't seen enough. I will say this, that they're much more aggressive, but all the teams are. If you want to split hairs, yeah, maybe they're a little more aggressive. And they play a little bit more north-south game, where the division we were in last year was a lot of east-west, and I don't know, just different types of players. I think you can go through any organization and see that they draft certain types of players too, so they kind of play the system that the big club plays.
John, you alluded to it earlier about the lineup changes. What do you look for when you decide on the rotation, who gets in, things like that?
Well, right now we're trying to filter through. I shouldn't say filter. We're trying to get through some guys, see what they have at the American Hockey League level, and figure out we have 9 extra guys. So trying to give them all an opportunity to show what they have. So a little bit right now is trying to see what guys can stick around and play, and the other part when we get to it will be merit. You play hard, you do your job. You compete, and you help us win hockey games, just stay in the lineup.
And one of the new guys that came in this year is Ryan McKenna. I know he's getting some top 6 time, some power play time. What are just your early impressions on him?
Well, he's a big boy. He's strong. He knows the game. When he gets his feet moving, he's fast and he's hard to play against. I just find with Ryan, it's the inconsistency from shift to shift or period to period. If we can find that consistency where we're working with him on, he'll be a good player.
What happened in the second period? It seemed like you were pretty under control in the first, and all of a sudden, it really seemed like that they started to swarm your team.
Yeah, they made some. That deflection that Grant had from the goal line. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And then one drops in front, and they bury on that. So, you still got to keep playing. There's still 20 minutes of hockey left, as we alluded to, between the second and third. Again, it's hard to come back in games when we take penalties. We took 2 penalties that were 200 feet away from our net, so those ones are tough to live with. But overall, obviously it's a loss, and no one likes to lose. But I thought our guys competed, and I think we're getting to where we need to be.
And you cut down your penalties a lot. I'm not sure what.
Well, I'm going to throw that one out. That game, 12 penalties is unheard of. So, I don't know if that was as much us or just the night.
Coach, you guys are heading out on a 3-week stretch away. How's that going to affect the team and the players? And then, what are you planning to do to build momentum into that?
Well, heading on the road sometimes helps us. It gets the team together. Like we said, you guys alluded to, that there's a bunch of new faces on the team. So sometimes you get on the road together and you're having some fun and getting to know another guy and becoming a team. It's great for us. But before we go on the road, we get 4 great practices Monday through Thursday. So we'll get to work with things that we got to clean up and things we want to teach. And there's a lot of young guys on our team, like an Abramoff, that needs to learn this North American game, I should say, and same with Stedlin. So we're just going to try to get everybody up to speed and hit the road with a good mindset and a good attitude.
Good old family bonding.
Absolutely.